Chapter 12. Flight to Hartgus-Dius.
Ranquello! I can't get a clear shot. You have to shake him.
As the white, diamond-shaped spacecraft rocketed through the canyon, Nalago chanced a glance below. The mammoth-like creature was holding Ranquello in his one hand. He swept past, out of sight. All he could see now was Ranquello's vitals on his ship's dashboard. They were fading quickly. He thumped the dashboard aggressively and veered the ship around for another flyby.
Engaging the hostile.
Stand by. He has Ranquello.
Just open fire.
As his ship flew over the battlefield once more, he was able to catch sight of plasma soaring in the direction of the brute. It still held their comrade in its hands, but its howls of rage were flooding out like a tidal wave, consuming the surrounding airspace. Nalago felt an intensely painful jolt in his head, and instinctively brought his hand to his helmet in response to the stabbing pain. He wrenched at the ship controls to correct its course, preventing it from veering further off course.
Enemy is neutralized. We're going in.
No, you're not,
barked Nalago.
Clear the runway. I'm coming in.
His small diamond ship nosedived and careened into the canyon landscape. He wrestled with the controls and the craft danced between the large canyon faces. As he entered the battlefield and the opening unfolded, he spun the craft around and fired the thrusters at maximum force in the opposite direction. This worked to slow his rate of travel, and the craft came to a soft, graceful landing right next to the brute and Ranquello. With the press of the controls, the dome-shaped cockpit of the craft rapidly retreated inside the hull of the ship, and Nalago burst out like a flash of light and ran to the side of his fallen soldier. Ranquello's limp form did not stir as he shook him with both hands. His ravaged battle armor was covered in dirt, dents, and cracks, battle scars from the recent fight. Within moments, the remainder of the platoon had joined Nalago, surrounding the scene of the aftermath of the fight. Although he could not see beneath the black faceplates of their armor, he sensed their dismay. In an instant, Nalago stooped down low and, cradling Ranquello in his arms, hoisted him up. He carried the fallen soldier to the open cockpit of the ship and delicately placed him in the rear of the seat.
What are you doing?
Asked one of the platoon members, breaking the radio silence.
He needs medical attention,
said Nalago.
I'm getting him to Hartgus.
In that state?
They said skeptically.
You will be lucky to make it halfway.
We'll see about that.
With a click, he reactivated the cockpit. It jumped out from inside the hull of the ship like a large carnivorous plant eating its prey. Thrusters ignited and stirred the dusty surrounds, creating a mini-storm. By the time the debris in the air settled, all that the platoon could now see of the spacecraft was a tiny, pinprick dot in the far-distant sky.
Nalago to Hartgus Command. I'm en route and have a survivor from Arcturus. In need of urgent medical assistance. Request medics available immediately on arrival.
As they soared through the dark void of space, Nalago invariably found his eyesight being attracted to the flashing vitals on the ship's dashboard. They were continuing to decline. Once more, in a fit of rage, he thumped the dashboard of his ship aggressively.
Don't you dare die on me. That's an order, soldier.